We're back. The Bad Vibe. Dwight and Jeremy.
All right, this is episode 117, right?
I think so.
117, yeah.
The listeners know for sure.
There are just so many. All right, so something got me the other day.
A bug or something?
I started thinking about no, lesbians, right?
A lesbian got you? They're turning you into one?
She got me by the cooter, the taint, right?
Your dick's so small she liked it.
Anyways, how do they like for real? Like, how do they get off though? Like, it can't be the same.
It is. Most women don't have an orgasm from penetration.
Yeah,
it's only clit stuff, which is why if you're fat, you can just fucking your part of you still like your guts rubbing on that part, so they like that.
So they're all like grinding and everything.
Yeah, because that's like if you watch porn or something of a girl masturbating, anything that they're jamming it into their pussy, I think a lot of women, that's not even what they do.
They're doing that for the guy.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, some girls get off. Some women, it's just hard to make them come or whatever. But
I feel kind of bad for them.
Scissoring looks like fun.
That looks difficult.
Awkward.
Right? Yeah,
awkward for sure.
You got to put your leg here, there, and it's a foot's got to be behind the head.
Yeah, a foot's going to end up in your face.
Or they're doing that Indian leg wrestling.
That's what
it kind of looks like, right?
It's when you see that in porn, it's
except they're both winning.
No, I'm winning. But when you see that in porn, it's always I like that. But for them, I don't know how much actual real life lesbos are scissoring. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they really they
get done and it's time to go to bed, and one has to come back up to the front of the bed because she's laying with her head at the foot of the bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And women are more sensual and they want to look at each other in the eyes, and it's weird and hard to do that if you're
scissoring.
Scissoring, yeah. You know what I mean? I wonder if there's doggy style scissoring.
Doggy style scissoring.
Where it's normal scissor, they would both be kind of on their hip, but facing their heads facing, their eyes facing up.
Opposite ways.
Opposite would be they both be face towards the pillow, the bed.
No, if they're both facing opposite ways.
One's up, one's down?
Because they can scissor where they're looking at each other.
Yeah.
Then they can also probably scissor where they're... I mean, all you gotta do is turn your fucking head, I guess, right?
Close your eyes, bitch. It's not that difficult.
I was it's a fat chick. I don't want to see a fat chick while I scissor.
Yeah. But I mean, most of the time, when you see real lesbian couples, it's not too hot.
It's a shear instead of scissors. The hedge clippers.
And let's face it, that bush needed it.
The other one is the one that comes out on the Swiss Army knife. That little one.
I think though, the whole lesbian. Because one time I looked on, because I heard this thing on a podcast or something. Some lesbian woman talking about how there's this certain company that makes porn for real lesbians.
Okay.
And it was so I looked into it, and first of all, they're not hot. They might be, but you're just by luck. But it's real, they're it's weird, dude. Two chicks that are in love with each other, making out and eating box. It's odd. The porn stuff's better. I'd rather just see two girls that aren't really lesbians, making it look good for guys.
The ones that are bi or whatever that they like dudes, and there's people in relationships that do that.
Yeah.
They're just straight up in relationships, and they every once in a while have another girl around.
Yeah, that's or
it's a girlfriend, and every once in a while they have a guy around.
See, that would be a good setup if you're
dude. You're all what's going on? And they're oh, me and my girlfriend want you to come over. You're oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you just fuck it. But even when, because most women, and you know this from women you've been with, no matter how feminist they might be, they like a dude to kind of hold them down and fuck them. They like the idea of a man.
And then a girl doing it is.
I mean, a girl, she's eat my pussy, it's
she's holding the girl down and she can get up easily.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They're just neither of them are strong.
Yeah.
They're equally. They're probably both 5'2" or whatever, 5'4", whatever the average.
If you're a lesbian and like you're a lesbian couple and you're married, like who opens the pickle jar when it's new?
Yeah.
Just
they both. It's like our powers combined.
They put their rings together. There's no. They just
this
don't.
gray lady shows up. Is able to do it.
They just don't get stuff in jars.
You think there's like? I'm sure there's lesbian whores. You know? I mean, like they just go to like clubs and just like fuck other chicks like every night.
Yeah, for sure.
We see that on movies and stuff, and like I guess.
Why wouldn't it? There are straight women that are whores. Why wouldn't it be?
And there's like bi whores, where it's like
bihorse.com.
Bihorse.com. I don't mean like BUI,
yeah.
Right?
BI.
BI, I guess, yeah.
BI. I don't know, because my experience with lesbians is largely pornographic.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there was this, remember the restaurant we used to work at? Somebody is like one of that worked there, their sister was lesbian, and her girlfriend, they were always talking about her girlfriend. And I was like, I couldn't wait to see her. They're like, so-and-so's coming, and I was like, yes, because I was imagining like porn lesbo.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this like 10 was going to walk in, and then I was going to see them like making out.
She had like short hair.
She dressed like me.
Like a nose piercing, the one with the bowl.
Yeah, she really had all that. She had like tattoos on like her arm, the part that the shirt don't cover, and they weren't like artistically like all together. It was just random tattoos. Mm-hmm. She had like a short haircut. Like a haircut like Jonathan Taylor Thomas had on Home Improvement. She had that haircut.
Bowl cut.
Yeah, like a long bowl, and it was just like I was disappointed to the point that I really didn't. I had it out for lesbians.
She looked more like Ellen in the 90s.
Yeah, kind of, but she looked more. For one thing, she was really little, so it just looked like a little man. Mm-hmm. It was weird because I was expecting everybody's like, "Oh, Jamie's coming" or whatever. She had one of those like androgynous names. Mm. But I was so excited because like this lesbo's coming, and I was a kid from like hadn't seen much, and that walked in, and for a long time I like really didn't like lesbians.
Not a lot of people do.
But there are some hot ones.
Because there's more people that don't like gay dudes than there is gay chicks, right?
Yeah, because the people that like God hates fags, they don't think God hates lesbos.
Yeah.
Because it's hot.
Yeah.
The idea, it's like we said before, the idea of it is hot. Mm-hmm. In practice, I mean, how do you know when you're done fucking?
Yeah, they're just like, one of them's just like you have to look, like the girl has to look at the other one to see if her eyes are rolling yet, right? Like in the bad way, like
her eyes are rolling because you're telling her about this show you love that she's not interested in. But I mean, how do you know? Like, because if you have sex with a woman, you're not done when she has orgasm.
Yeah.
So girls
keep on going. Yeah.
Yeah, because she can just go and go and go. So when two girls are doing it, like I wonder if they just like set a little egg timer.
Yeah, they're just sitting there. So one of them sticks it in their ass. They're like, no, I get the egg timer this time, right?
So then they're mid like scissor. And it's like, yeah. Because dude, you know when you're done. It's when you fucking shoot a load all over their back. Yeah. Guys are pretty gross if you think about it.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. I don't see why any girls. I mean, we've talked about it many times, I'm sure.
But there's always like you'll hear some guys like, yeah, there was this girl I knew. She liked when you like shoot a load on her face. And it's like, no, she knew that guys would think she's cool if she liked it. Yeah. There's no way she likes that.
Yeah.
I don't know what cum in your eye does, but I would imagine it burns.
Yeah,
I've never had cum in my eye, but
it's not like the clear eyes guy. He's saying that like as he's spraying it.
He's jerking off. He's like clear eyes.
That's why he sounded all weird. He doesn't normally sound like that.
Wasn't that the Bueller? Yeah. Ben Stein. Mm-hmm. But the whole lesbian thing. I don't know. It's pretty fucking weird because I don't think I believe it unless they look all butch. If they're like pretty hot, I'm like, yeah, they're not. Or like college lesbians, where they're just like at a party and they make out with a girl. That's always fun to watch.
They're like, I experimented in college.
If a dude says that, it's like, you better have been fucking majoring in science, because if not, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah. What science theories did you come up with while you were in college? Because if not, you're fucking gay.
Yeah, if you had a fucking beaker with a fucking load in it, we're not gonna be. We can't hang out anymore. What are you doing? Experiment.
Oh shit.
Fucking Bunsen burners and shit. I don't know, dude. I never had like. You always hear like a lot of times people say that when they were kids, them and their friends would like jerk off together.
Ugh.
And I'm like, I don't know if I did that.
No.
I used to play Ookie Cookie. Ever heard of that?
No.
Everybody jerks off at the same time. And you come on a cookie. And whoever's the last one has to eat the cookie.
Fuck that.
You never heard of that?
No.
I've heard about it all the time. Never. You imagine the first kid that brought that up to, he's like, hey guys, you know we're always like playing Nintendo and stuff, right?
He knew it took him like an hour. He wanted to eat the cookie. Yeah. Everybody's like, dude, it was your idea.
Yeah.
Right?
You didn't have your pants off.
They're like, you kept going while you're eating it.
You said, give it to me, daddy. But, I mean, I'll talk about it on here some, but I had a gay friend when I was like, ever since I was in kindergarten. Right?
He was your friend until you found out. Right?
I mean, I don't remember not knowing he was gay. It's like I've said before, is that I knew he was gay before I knew what gay was. He was like effeminate and like hung out with the girls, not in like a trying to get in their pants kind of way. Like I remember we'd always be on the school
trying
bus.
to borrow their pants kind of way.
Yeah. He's like, oh, those look nice. But we'd be on the school bus and like all, like the bad kids all sit in the back, so we're all in the back like causing problems. And he would be with the girls like talking about like they'd be like fixing their hair and stuff. And I remember when Shania Twain was like a big thing, he was like, we were all, somebody said like, she's so hot. Because remember she used to show her belly off when that was a thing like in the 90s. And everybody's like, man, she's so hot. And he's like, I love her hair. And I remember thinking at the time, like, her hair? But unless
That's a weird thing to
unless you're talking about her bush hair, what the fuck is going on here? But yeah, I knew he was gay. And then I didn't, I lost lost contact with him for years. And then when Facebook was a thing, I remember me and you, we lived in Mom's old house. I guess. Did we have Facebook there?
I don't remember.
Anyway, I looked him up because I was looking up all my old friends from school, and I looked him up, and like his profile picture, he had on like a pink, like a wife beater, but it was pink, real short shorts, and he had his arm around a guy. And they were standing like where their hips were touching, which, if y'all put your arm around a guy, that's like whatever, but if your hips are touching, it was weird. And I was like, oh, he finally is like out, but yeah, I knew he was gay. But I don't know, you think he experimented with chicks in college?
Oh, I'm sure gay dudes do that, yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna try this whole pussy thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you're a vegan and you try a cheeseburger once. Cheeseburgers are better than what you normally eat.
It's like they got two real big soft balls on the chest. Right? Right?
And their butthole stinks like fish. But
they got two asses. Why wouldn't I? Right?
But you would think, because this is what I used to always say. I was like, this was back when, like, especially around here, like, the idea of, like everybody thought it was bad to be gay. Like, that's just what you always heard. And I used to think, like, if you're gay, why don't you just fuck a girl in the ass? Because I thought they, like, liked fucking in the ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's why, yeah.
I didn't get that they were in love with men.
They're like, yeah, I love fucking ass. I gotta get with a dude in.
Yeah.
Like, they shit too, right?
They have them, right? Right. But that's what I used to always think. And then I realized, like, oh, no, they're just attracted. Like, when I was, like, 12, I knew, like, oh, that girl. Like, Yeah. For them, it was just the other way. Yeah. It's like they saw that. I want to talk to Thomas one day and be like, did you ever think I was hot? I know he's going to say no, but it would make my day if he's like, yeah. In like 8th grade, I wanted to blow you. I'd be like, yes.
You're like, because I have a time machine.
Yeah.
Right? If I would have known. Right?
Just imagine.
You could have blown. Right?
Sounds like I'm running for president. It's like a good slogan. If I would have known, you could have blown. But just imagine, though, being like for him, dude, a gay dude. His dad was a ranch foreman. He lived on a big ranch, and like super like macho shit, And he went to this little fucking shithole school out in the country, and he was just gay. I mean, and it was obvious. Yeah. I mean, we knew. Like, I just remember knowing, like, when we were real little, like, he just wasn't just something. He was just different than us, and you could just tell. Like, I knew it was something, and then I didn't. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I probably made fun of him at some point, but we were pretty good friends.
Yeah, he's probably got you on a list of people he wants to.
Oh no, I was like cool with him. We were good friends, but I'm sure because like if I was in that grade and my friend Jason like wore like a tight shirt one day, I'd be like, oh, what a fag. What if I said that to Thomas? That's the gay guy, Thomas. And then he's like,
you think there's gay rapists?
Yeah, for sure, dude.
No, it's not like they're gay. They're not.
Every priest.
Yeah.
Not that what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's some guy that just, like, sees some, like, little, helpless guy.
Like a man. No, he raped men, not guys.
Yeah. I mean, like, he has to get somebody that he can, like, manhandle. That's why it's, like, easy to rape girls, right? I mean, it's like,
it really is.
People are like, how do you know, right?
Trust me.
No, but I mean, I know it would be because they can't do anything.
Well, if you were a...
I mean, you're not going to go, try to rape, like, Serena Williams or anything. You know what I mean? She's going to rape you, yeah.
But imagine if you were a gay dude and you were a rapist, and then one night you just see a chick. She's got small tits. You're like, you know what? I don't have the energy to go after a man tonight. You just get her. You can hold her down with one hand. Because if you rape a man, you're probably sore the next day from the fight. Or you can just date rape. It's easy to date rape a dude. Just find a drunk and be like, hey, here's a free drink. But no, I've never raped a dude before, or had consensual sex with a dude. But I want to get call Thomas and be like,
what if you found him and, like, for some reason you left your phone in the car and he left his, but you have a pen and you, like, take his hand and you write it down with his hand, right? You're like, here, call me.
The pen won't work, so instead of licking it, I'll lick his hand and then
he's
write.
Like, why couldn't you have said something 20-something years ago, right?
There's no way this dude's into me, because he is, like, if he suddenly switched and liked chicks, he would fucking clean house. Because he's gay. He's in great shape. He works out constantly. He posts on Facebook pictures of him doing, like CrossFit shit. And, like, he does those, like, chin-ups where you get your chin up and you go the rest of the way and pick your whole body up. Like, get your waist over the bar. I mean, this dude's in his late 30s, like me, and he's, like, ripped. He's a good-looking dude, you know?
Right, chill out.
I'm hard.
You're like his abs. You're like his ass.
But it's true.
Yeah.
But he could, if I almost feel like, I'm like, dude, just, you don't understand the potential you have. You could be crushing ass.
Yeah.
He's rich. He makes a shitload of money. Every time I look on Facebook, it's like, whatever his husband, like, me and Matt going off to France for the month or something. And I'm like, I don't know what he did. Because they always said, like, gay people have more money because they don't have kids and shit.
Yeah.
We have a cousin who doesn't have kids, and it seems like they're always on trips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, man.
You're like, he must be gay.
I mean,
he goes on a lot of trips. He must be gay. Right? If you think of it that way, yeah.
But you go on a lot of trips. Are you gay?
No.
If you saw Thomas, he might turn you. He's a pretty good looking dude. But he looks gay, though. That's the thing. That's what's weird when they say, people used to say, like, I think it's a choice to be gay, which is crazy, because this farm kid with his macho dad, he's like, you know what? Fuck dad. I'm going to fuck dude. Or fuck dad, you know? Yeah. His dad had a big, thick mustache, though. Maybe he was gay.
Yeah. He's also born and it was like, oh, dad's gay.
Yeah.
Right?
But when you know those guys that just, they look, like, Thomas looks effeminate. Like he just has that. I mean, he's a muscular guy and all that, but it's just his face is like
by dudes.
I don't think that's real.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
That's gay dudes.
There's girls that want to, like, they want, like, the feminine, right, of a girl, because, like, dudes are too rough and whatever, and then they do want to be rough.
Yeah.
But then there's, like, dudes that's, like, they want the feminine girl and then want to be roughed. You know what I mean?
Yes, dude. I don't know. There's something I always wondered. This is another.
People always wonder. It keeps you up at night.
Yeah.
It keeps you up at night.
I'm hard all night. We should have my friend Thomas on the podcast sometime. Just, I mean, I don't know him well anymore, but I'd be like, is it cool if we just, like, kind of make light of your sexuality for an hour?
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, yeah, let's talk about it.
And then we're like...
I mean, I don't know if,
I mean, I don't know. But anyway, I always wondered, like, you always hear that, like, some guys...
That's kind of like if we just, like, get a black guy on here and let's, like, talk about him being black.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, like, he's like, I've listened to some of y'all's episodes. He's like, I'm glad I'm not Indian.
But I know we have a lot of experience with black people. With gay people, it's like, you don't really, so, but I always wondered, like, you know how you have, like, there's a top and a bottom.
Okay.
Is it always, you just always get fucked and you never fuck?
Oh, yeah, is it, yeah.
Or do they switch? It seems like they would switch it up.
Yeah.
Somebody goes to, like...
It seems like if their, like, dicks are long enough and they get in the right position, they could probably both do both.
I guarantee that's happened. It would be scissoring. You have to get in that scissoring position.
It's kind of like, when you're getting something from, like, IKEA or something, like you got to put it together, like furniture.
There's an instruction manual.
Where there's like the peg in the hole.
Yeah.
There's another peg in the other, and then you like...
Oh, they match
you
up.
You get a little like rubber mallet, and you tap them together, and they stick.
Yeah.
But then they like lock.
Yeah.
Right? So they do that, and they like can't come off. Right?
I don't know, dude. I just always wondered that, like, if you're a bottom, do you only get fucked? Do you even... What, you just jerk off? You can do that single. You don't need some dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I always wondered that.
It's nasty.
It's not nasty. I mean, it is.
It is.
Nasty, but they're nasty.
You know, they're all like, ugh, cooter's nasty, right?
They're right.
Uh-huh.
When, like, you hear gay people like, oh, pussies are gross. It's like, yeah, I mean, we love the whole thing, but if you break it down, like, pussies are pretty gross.
Yeah.
Like, they're weird. They don't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
They stay damp.
Yeah.
Not stay, but I mean, they're always some level of...
Yeah,
you know,
if not, it's like dry. That'd be really weird.
Yeah, that's why you're not supposed to fuck in the shower. You know that? Mm-hmm. Have you ever fucked in the shower? I'm sure you have. Everybody has. You're not really supposed to because, like, water, like a wet pussy is not water.
Yeah.
It's like slime. But the water's running and it washes the slime off, and then it's like dry like a hurt.
Slime.
It'll like hurt her pussy. I don't know, dude. I never liked fucking in the shower because one thing is, and every girl I've ever been with can attest to this. They're always like, "Let's take a shower together." I'm not into that. The shower's my time. I don't like that. So, but also it's like dangerous. You know what I mean?
Oh, someone slip?
It's slippery.
Slip. You both fall. You're breaking a leg.
You just die naked on top of some poor girl.
Yeah.
You know? She's like trying to crawl out from under you, or you're both dead, or just she dies.
Gosh.
Just she dies. Your semen is in her.
Yeah.
She's dead, and you have to somehow convince the cops you didn't murder her and rape her.
You're like, she dropped the soap.
Yeah.
Like, so you raped her? Right? They're like, no.
No, she was empty.
She fell.
Yeah. But, I mean, really, if you're married, if you have a wife, and anything, we talked about it today. Because you were working on something, and something fell and hit your wife in the head. And I was like, dude, if it would have killed her, you're just going to prison.
Yeah.
Nobody's getting... They're like, this guy, he has a history of anger issues.
He hit her over the head with a 2x4.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, it fell from the ceiling.
Yeah, I believe you hit her.
You know what I mean?
And I was like, pretty much here.
So,
but, yeah, I don't know. Sex in the shower never was. Have you ever had anal sex? Mm-hmm. With your ass or hers?
Really?
Yeah. I don't like that. Duh.
Both, right?
I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It makes me sad for gay people that's the best hole they get. Well, mouth is the best, I guess.
It makes you sad.
For gay people.
You see a gay guy, you're like, oh,
poor guy.
He has to go either get his ass fucked or fucking ass later.
Yeah, but I guess it's blowjobs is like a big thing. But even then, though, still, like, fucking, like, conventionally is better than blowjobs. It's because you generally don't get blowjobs as much. It's better. It's like more of a like, ooh, you know. But yeah, asshole. I am not a fan of it. And it's one of those things you just. I'm glad that I've ever done it because I wouldn't want to have died not having done it. But I'm gonna hopefully die having never been fucked in my own ass. But I don't know. That is yet to be, seen.
I really didn't think we'd do almost 25 minutes on gay shit.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, really? 20-something minutes of gay shit every time.
If you add it up, we probably got 20-something episodes on gay shit. Have you seen the fucking, Alright, so people are doing Zoom meetings, right?
Okay.
Because they can't go to the office or whatever. And, so anyway, so I was watching these videos of like mishaps in Zoom meetings. One lady goes and like takes a piss, and like it's like she didn't know that. You know what I mean? Like
they could hear her,
hear and see. I don't know. It's like she thought it was turned off or something.
Oh God.
Another one. This dude. So the Air Force was like having a meeting on Zoom, and this dude hacked into it, and then he's just in it, like in one of those screens with a fucking like bomber jacket on.
Oh shit!
That was my favorite one. He's just like, hey guys. And it's like the Air Force like intelligence because everybody's using Zoom, but they say it's real easy to hack into. So, but yeah, he's just like in the meeting, like, because it's like Brady Bunch, how they have their little screen.
They all got their own little. You can see everybody, and if someone talks, you can make their screen bigger.
Yeah. It's how, like, besides us, almost all podcasts are doing it.
Just because of this?
Yeah, well, like in New York, they're like, it's like serious there. And all those New York podcasts they're all just at their house and they just have like the Zoom. It's like, hey guys, you know.
There's a lot of like even like the news is doing that.
Yeah,
there's like some guy sitting in front of his TV at the house.
Yeah, the weatherman's like.
I'm like, I can do that. I do that.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm doing.
All
that.
I just turn my chair to where the TV's behind me.
Yeah, you're like, I'm doing that now.
You know.
Yeah. Well, you know what has happened though is because of this fucking COVID shit. So all TV, like news and all that shit, they're at home doing their, and like the entertainment ones, like not news, but like
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, well, yeah, Saturday Night Live. But I'm thinking like, you know, like the what's that guy that looks like you? My wife always says it looks like you. Joel McHale. That's not Joel McHale. Anyway, but those shows like Stephen Colbert and all that shit, they're doing that. And what you're finding out is our kind, the podcasters, are way more talented than those guys. Because when they're sitting at their house and they don't have all the fucking bells and whistles and they don't have the staff there, they suck. Dude.
Makeup.
Yeah, those guys suck, dude. They're not interesting. They're not funny. They're just like... So, I saw one, the dude that looks like you. Do you remember? Is it Joel McHale? Anyway.
I don't know who you're talking about.
This dude, he does a show and he's interviewing people, and I wanted to fucking, like, put a bullet in my head. It was like, this is terrible. It's not funny. It's not... Because you can tell they lean
it's like a late night or something like that?
Yeah, it's one of those kind of things. But, you can tell they lean so much on the production. Yeah. And when that goes away, it's all bets are off. But the real, like the actual real and good and entertaining shit is these guys that have been doing podcasts for 10 years. Yeah. Because that's what they do. Them being in separate houses doesn't change it that much. Mm-hmm. They're just
the sound quality is probably a little more down because
and because they're not right there. It might take a little bit off of the like funny of it maybe or something. Mm-hmm. You can't get away with as much like a look when you say something that'll get a laugh and stuff. But I say we, but I mean I'm talking about like the big podcasts. Yeah. They are so clearly like that's the best shit that's coming out right now. Mm-hmm. Because all those fucking like fucking Jimmy Kimmel and all that shit and Conan O'Brien, it's like them at their house is like for one thing it's like yeah, you're in some kind of crazy mansion, and now you're exhibiting how little... Like, it's not that they don't have talent, but how your talent is very narrow for being good on TV.
They're still interviewing people, but through that.
Yeah, I saw that, like, some dude that was on the fucking Tiger King was being interviewed by this guy, and it was just awful.
They're just, like, talking.
Yeah, but podcasts are just talking, but they're entertaining because it's not like... If me and you had, for 15 years... had like a show on NBC, and we had the fucking big desk.
Sounds fucking awesome.
I know, it does the money.
Hey, NBC, hook us up. Yeah. We're ready.
But if we were accustomed to having to pay
sign a contract.
And like Ed McMahon is like, here comes Johnny and all that shit, and then we came to this, I mean, it would be terrible. Yeah. So you're seeing that, like you said something about the weatherman was just at his house chilling. Yeah. And it's like, hold on, so he's just a dude at his house guessing if it's going to rain or not? That's me! Yeah. You know?
He's like, look kind of cloudy today.
He's like,
I don't know what it's going to do next weekend.
Right? You see him lean over and look out the window.
He's like, 50%? He's like,
He's like, it might rain, it might not. How's that not 50%? But, I don't know, it's pretty interesting because the top level... If you want entertainment, the best of the best entertainment that's being made right now is all podcasts. Mm-hmm. It's all... And there's plenty of, like, Conan has a podcast and shit. Mm-hmm. Fuck that, dude. You're not one of the... You gotta... I feel like this thing that we do, it's, like, special. You're Conan, and you come in there. It's like, dude, you've been famous for 25 years. Get the fuck out of here.
At least.
I mean, I can remember watching the Conan show when I was a kid. It started, like, in 93, I think. Mm-hmm. And he was like not famous, but a writer for The Simpsons before that, and he did all that kind of shit. But it's like this shit's for like you can't come in here and try to TV it up. It annoys me, and that's why I said like on TV when all these fucking famous people are at home on Zoom, and you're just seeing these $1 million houses they're in, and they're just like
you're just sitting there in front of a TV.
I don't know. It just really like the cream rises to the top during the apocalypse.
I saw like TMZ is annoying anyways. Yeah. But they even did that, and it shows like the Brady Bunch thing, and they're all like, I don't
understand why it exists.
When someone's talking, you always get one of those drinks.
Yeah.
And they're always like sitting there like sucking on a straw, and they laugh and like it's all edited so much because it's constantly got you sitting there listening. Yeah. there's always someone else that's going to say something funny.
Yeah.
And they're editing it so much to where it's like, it just is fake.
Yeah, and that's what TV is.
It makes it look like they're all just there, like they're all at their cubicles, and there's like people in the background like typing and shit, and then it's like you caught them in the office talking.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I get the idea of that, but and the one guy's always standing up against the side, and he's like the boss, I guess.
That shit's gonna go away though.
Yeah,
I mean it's gonna have to, because everybody now that's watching like fucking Carson Daly or whatever show they watch. I don't know if he still has a show, but they're watching that, and then they're listening to, whatever, like Legion of Skanks. And they're like, oh, these guys are way better.
Yeah.
This is, maybe that's not your taste because it's like dirty or something, but whatever, like some podcast that's been a podcast for 10 years, you listen to that and you're like, oh, these guys are actually entertaining.
Do you think it's ever going to get to where like podcasts have like a spot on like NBC or something like that, or Comedy Central, or
that's what those podcasts, that's what those big companies want to do, is they want to get them. So like Joe Rogan, he started a podcast, a long time ago, and now it's like the biggest thing in the world. So he said it before, is that like these big companies come in and they want to like buy it from him, basically, where they can put it out, but he won't do it because they'll fuck it up,
Yeah.
It won't be what it, like
it already ain't what it was.
No, I mean, he leans away from funny and stuff. He tries to be like, not that he's not trying to be anything. He's just naturally like a serious, kind of a serious person. Like, he'll have really funny comedians on his show, and they'll say something like crazy funny, and he's just like either cuts it off to talk about something serious, or like doesn't get that they're joking and shit.
Sorry, Rogan. We're not trying to offend you or nothing. We know you're one of our listeners.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, there's nothing wrong with that. He's doing his thing. That's his show. It's always been his show. But these big companies, and because podcasts are so popular, so that's why I said, like, fucking Conan O'Brien has a podcast. And it's like, but it's not because he needed to do it, or it was like, he's like, I need to express myself freely, so let's do this. It's because they saw that they were popular, and they're like, hey, look, we can make more money off of this, and also maybe we could draw in some people that don't watch the show but like podcasts. And it's like, it's not like what we do is so far from that. Me and you, it was a long time ago, we were just like, we should do a podcast. Yeah. It would be like, I remember even saying, like, even if like one
6
person
years
listens.
ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago. We're like, even if just one person listens, like, how crazy would that be? They're going to hear, like, our little jokes we always have been telling all these years, like, fucking around. And it's like, that's, like, it's real. And you can like it or not like it, doesn't matter, really. But it's not, we don't look forced like those fucking people from late night.
Like that rapist in the alley.
Yeah.
Or that big, hairy, like, gay dude's raping him. Or that lesbian. Or that bi chick.
Lesbian rapist.
Lesbian rapist? Or bisexual?
Well, I mean, bisexual. Doesn't matter. It's like, if you're a woman...
He's like, whoever's down that alley, I'm fucking them. Right?
It's a dog, and he's like, is anybody looking? I guess you don't want to get caught raping anything.
Yeah.
But especially a dog.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to a different kind of prison for that. You
go to the pound.
Yeah.
If you rape a dog, you go to the pound. He's just in there like in the cage, just scratching himself. I mean, if you're a dog rapist, I think you probably go to regular prison. And it's always rape if you fuck a dog. Even if the dog seems like he's into it. Yeah. I think they're like, he might have said no, but...
The dog puts peanut butter on his balls?
Then I don't think it's rape.
Yeah, you're like, how did this, He
doesn't even have opposable thumbs.
He, like, dipped them.
Dude, dog balls are so nasty. When people have dogs in their house, I'm always like, they're nasty. First of all, they're assholes. Are just in your house. They don't wipe. No. Their assholes are just in your house.
Sitting on your furniture.
In their bed.
Licking their fucking ball and ass. And then they go and lick people's faces. Ugh. People are sitting there just kissing their dog. Dude. No, it's an inside dog.
No, they're like...
Yeah, your son's inside his asshole.
Yeah. They're like, it
kind of like rolls up. He's like,
He's getting in there, dude.
Yeah.
Because, like, gay people do it for a reason. It feels good.
Yeah.
But, that's what they always say. Dogs' mouths are cleaner than human mouths. No, they're not. Humans brush their teeth.
Yeah.
Use mouthwash. Eat normal food like you eat. and don't lick their assholes.
Yeah.
Everything we
not
do with...
for a lack of not I'm trying, right?
If you could lick... I don't know. If I could lick my asshole, I wouldn't. If I could blow myself, that's all I'd do.
He said it before.
You would too.
No.
Yes, you would.
Uh-uh.
You're saying that now because you're a 30-something-year-old man. But if you could blow yourself, you'd have been able to when you were 11.
Yeah, but...
And then it would just be a habit. If you had never jacked off, if it wasn't really even a thing, and all of a sudden today you realize you could, would you not do it because it seems gay? No, you'd do it. It's not gay, it's you, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
If you could blow yourself, you would.
Okay.
I either need to get way more flexible or my dick needs to grow about 2 feet. Because I can't even get close. I can't even get close.
Alright, anyway.
Best case scenario, I could shoot a load in my own face, but I'm not into that. Sometimes you catch a ricochet, but I've never done it directly. Yeah. I shoot a hot load every once in a while. But, dude, I gotta check my notes. Oh, dude, I wanted to tell you about this. I think it was yesterday when it happened. Anyway, I went to the grocery store. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't wear a mask or any of that. People kind of look at you weird now. A little bit.
If you don't wear one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at work one day, and this person came in, and he's all like, he was wearing a mask, and he's like, because they were like,
he looks like Master Shredder.
I'm like, what? You know? He's like, I can't say it.
Pull a dick out of your mouth and tell me again.
Yeah. But anyways, he said that he's got this mask on, and he's like,
yeah.
And he's like, you don't have to wear a mask? And I was like, no. He's like, you don't have to wear one in this like county.
I have to. I'm a grown ass man.
And I was like, no. And he like took off his mask and like stuffed it in his pocket, and then just like continued.
What if it was COVID in his pocket?
And I was just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was only wearing it because he thought he had to.
Well, in some places you do, I guess, but I wouldn't. Fuck no, I'm an American.
Yeah.
George Washington didn't kill a bunch of redcoats so I could be told what to do. Fuck all that. I mean, be safe. You know what I mean? Like, don't sneeze in old people's faces or anything like that. But anyway, so I was at the grocery store, and I saw this chick. Every time I've ever been to the grocery store, I saw at least one chick that I would pay to fuck. What are all these hot bitches doing in the grocery store? But anyway,
that's where they are.
I saw her from behind.
They're getting like kale and shit.
Yeah, I know. But this one had some meat on her bones. She might have been getting like pizza pockets or something, but she was hot. Anyway, I saw her from behind. I was like, she's got a nice ass. And then as I got closer, I noticed she had a shirt with like a whole paragraph wrote on it. You know those shirts? So I was reading it, and
you got caught looking.
Oh no.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, probably, but you get caught more than you think because women will tell you all the time. Like, yeah, I catch guys checking me. You know what I mean? But
she's like, I don't know why. I mean, I wasn't wearing a bra, but it's because, you know.
I caught a dude checking out your wife today.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean mugged the shit out of him.
I told her, and she's like, really?
Dude, he was like fucking fucking her. And I looked over there, and I like, kind of like gave him like a fucked up look, and he like turned his head real quick. Yeah. But anyway, stop something stupid. Anyway, so I was looking at her shirt, and it was like a Bible verse thing on the back of her shirt. I know. Her ass lost like 3 points instantly. Yeah. You know? But, and it was like something, but the whole point of the thing was, it was like a shirt made because of the virus. And it was like, I'll have no fear because I know God is my protector and God will protect me from all things, whatever. And then as she made the corner, I wanted to see if she had nice tits or not. She's wearing a fucking mask. Ugh. Her shirt is like, I have no fear of this thing because God will protect me no matter what.
That's the thing, that people were doing this whole praying for it and everything. And, okay, I just don't get it.
Maybe it works.
What, praying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
No, but I mean, like, they're wearing the mask.
If you think that this comes to every time.
To everything. Cancer.
If pray, oh, dude, it's fucked up.
Cancer, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
They're all like, oh no, they got cancer. Let's pray to see, you know, to get God to fix it. He gave it to her. Exactly. If you're going to look at it that way, and the whole his plan is for her to die for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You going in, like, sitting by your bed with your hands together and your eyes closed.
He wants us to be orphans.
You know, is probably going to get you in a nut house. Not get your fucking person, you know, cancer free.
Do you really want to be asking favors of a guy that gives cancer to kids?
Yeah.
Moms.
Yes.
Grandma.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yes.
But
like, tell me more, right? No, but like, for real, they do this whole pray thing, but I mean, if they only looked at, you know,
Well, here's the thing that I heard today. It's so funny I heard this. I was watching these like cringe videos. It's so much fun on Reddit, cringe. Anyway, and one of them, it was Richard Dawkins. He's like the famous atheist guy. And he's doing like this thing, and then after it, the people can ask him questions. And this lady is like religious, and she's like asking, she's like, well, how come you don't believe in it? Anyway, the guy who's with Richard Dawkins tells the girl, he's like, all right. He's like, so you think that your belief in your religion should be taken seriously like science? And she's like, yeah, I think it's what. He's like, okay. He's like, if me and you were in a restaurant together and you started to choke, would you want me to stand up and do the Heimlich maneuver or pray for you? And she's like, like she didn't even answer him.
Yeah, she's like,
it's like,
well,
duh.
definitely Heimlich.
Funny enough, Heimlich and praying both involve like clasping your hands together.
She's like, God takes 12 prayers to fix it. If you can say those 12 before I choke to death,
okay,
they're like, sometimes he's busy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
God is very busy. He's killing kids. He's starving people in Africa.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you want me to save someone?
He did his best work back in the 40s when he sent us Jewish scientists that knew how to make atomic bombs.
Yeah.
God made it. Like, if God did everything, then God made the atomic bomb.
Like, some people just, fall through the cracks, like Hitler and stuff, And he saw, like...
Hitler killed God's chosen people.
Yeah, so, like, sometimes one of those...
I guess he did get
one of those escapes, and,
I'm sure God has...
I had to teach everybody a lesson,
I like the fact that lady's shirt and suggests that
sometimes taking a shower isn't a good thing. That was his lesson there.
But I like the fact that lady's shirt suggests that God might take time from running the universe and other to worry about a disease that's pretty nasty
that he created.
Of course or they created it in the lab.
No matter what it is.
Yeah, he created it in the lab.
He created it. So, I mean...
That's the part I never could get, and I've talked to plenty, I went to church when I was a kid. I've talked to plenty of religious people, is how do you balance that out in your head if you're religious? That God creates all the bad things. Our mom died when we were fairly young.
On Invention of Lying, he talks about it.
Yeah, but how do you...
He puts it very well. It's like he's talking to kids.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, he came up with that. And they're like, he came up with that too.
Did that kill my mom from cancer? He's like...
Yeah.
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 But how do you? So, we have a cousin that's a preacher, and I would love to ask him.
He's like, did he give my dad cancer? He's like, yes. He's like, did he cure him from cancer? Yes. He's like, huh.
Yeah. But I just wonder if you have that, real strong, belief, is that how do you feel about when, a little kid has leukemia and shit? Because that shit fucks me up.
Yeah.
You see, little kids with cancer and stuff. It's you have to believe that God wanted that to happen. Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, God has a plan. When somebody has a plan that involves murdering children, we need to, intervene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's why is that guy driving down the sidewalk of that elementary school hitting kids like bowling pins? It's well, he has a plan, Mm. But, I don't know, dude. I never... we used to talk about religion on here a lot more, and then it's kind of there's only so far you can go.
Yeah.
If we had somebody on here that was religious, we could ask them all these questions, right? That'd be one.
Yeah, they'd be getting cornered.
They would feel like we were attacking.
Yeah, because I would be.
Well, you are more.
I would be attacking.
You're physically attacking.
I'm so you're an idiot then.
Can God stop punches?
Right.
But I mean, really though, if we had our cousin in here, and we're just
yeah, I'm not going to be able to hold back and. Hold back punches.
But I want to know.
If they say something stupid.
But I want to know his answer to how do you feel about little kids with cancer? He's like, it gets me hard,
He's like, yeah, I mean that sucks. He's like,
they say
all we got to do is pray and.
Yeah, they used to have pray the gay away, gay guys.
It didn't work.
I know, no. Their parents would send them off to gay gay camp or whatever. So your son...
Send him to gay camp?
Well, they sent him to a camp with a bunch of other homos, and there would be a preacher there trying to teach them to not be gay.
And he's probably gay.
Yeah, for sure. He's probably fucking.
And they're all gay. So you just put all gay people in one place.
I know.
And then bomb it.
And light it on fire. Right. Look at that flaming homo.
It's where Jason is. Right? Go to that camp, right? He's stabbed with a blanket of two gay dudes fucking, right? Kills them both.
Yeah.
He goes in there with a sheet or whatever, right?
Yeah,
that was off of...
Yeah, that's Halloween.
That was Halloween.
Be a good one, though. It's sticking out in the front because he's all But if you're gay and your parents sent you to that camp, you know for sure everybody else staying there is gay. Yeah. They probably loved it. They're probably like, it sucks my parents are like assholes, but I haven't fucked this much in my whole life. Like, there's just gay dudes everywhere. Because in the real world, like, if you're a gay kid and you're going to school, you see a kid, you see, like, this person you think is
There's,
hot.
like, camp aides.
The camp is called Camp AIDS. But I'm saying, you can't just approach any dude in your class and be like, hey, you want to... Because you have to assume everybody else is straight. Mm-hmm. And then if you come on to some dude and he's going to beat the shit out of you. Yeah. So when you go to gay camp...
Or he's going to tell people and there's laughing.
Or he's going to, like, have sex with you and then beat you up and be like, I'm not a faggot. You know, that happened a lot back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it happens anymore because it's like they've really come a long way.
But you were a faggot. Right? You're just not anymore. It's like 2 minutes later.
You know that happens. Like, you know how, like if you're fucking, like, how... Like, everything, like, you want to do, you're like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then as soon as you come, you're like, I don't care about anything. I don't even like girls anymore. You just roll over and go to sleep. You're just looking at your wife like, ugh, you know? And, like, you know.
She's like, yeah, I had that same look 2 minutes ago before you stopped.
Yeah.
Right?
But it really is. So if you're gay, but you don't you're not out or whatever, but then you hook up with some dude, as soon as you're done, you probably, like, hate yourself and him. Because, like, ugh. But yeah, with women, like, you have sex with women, and it's like, as soon as you come, it's like, I don't care about anything sexual at all. And I'm always thinking, like, oh, we're going to do it again when we're done. And it's like, no, we're not. Oh. I'm just going to go to sleep or go watch TV in the other room.
You're like, I think I can. Yeah, I can.
I don't care. I don't care at all. Who is this woman and why is she laying next to me? Yeah. So I get that. Like, if you're gay and then you, like, as soon as you come, you're just like, I'm going to fight you. You know?
Yeah.
But it's a dude, though, so you can't just, like, beat him up easy like you can your wife. You can't just hit him in the head with a 2x4.
Unless it's a feminine one. Right?
Yeah, I know, but even then, it's still a man with, like, testosterone and, like, it's still way tougher than almost any woman.
What? We've talked about trannies before, I think.
Have we?
Right? Like, their thing there. You know what I mean? Like, trannies raping other trannies and stuff.
Oh.
You know?
I don't know how, like... It gets murky when it comes to the whole, like, trans thing, because, like, I want to say...
like, there's a dude transvestite, right?
A dude who is...
Who ends up raping a girl transvestite.
So, okay, so what do you mean?
It's a girl that wants to be a dude and a dude that wants to be a girl.
Which one gets it? The one that is a girl or wants to be a girl?
The girl's going to have to. She wants to be a dude, so it looks like a dude, right? But doesn't have a fucking dick.
Yeah.
And, like, the dude looks like a girl, but has a dick.
Yeah.
Right? So he's, like, fucking her
so
in the alley.
A dude in a wig, fucking a girl with a bowl cut.
Yeah. Like a fade, you know?
I bet you type that into Pornhub and something comes up.
Oh, yeah, sure. There's probably, like, a whole, yeah.
You type DU in my phone, and it's like, dude with a wig, fucks girl with a bowl cut. I don't know, dude. That kind of stuff, it gets confusing because, like, now it's like there's all these different pronouns. Like, it's like, I'm not a he, I'm not a she, I'm a they, and I'm a zer, and shit like that. And it's like...
A zer?
Yeah, XER or something. There's
Why?
Like 6, because we don't have enough problems in this country.
So we make so is it our country that's doing this too?
It's that's
mainly our country?
In colleges, dude. In colleges, there's like students will like professors in some colleges have gotten in trouble for like addressing a student as he or she when they prefer not to be.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I don't even care. Like, if I'm on the phone, if I call, like, customer service, and at the end they're like, because I don't have a real deep voice, at the end they're like, thank you, ma'am. I'm just like, fuck. You know, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
They thought I was a woman. Who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if you see me and think I'm a woman, I'm like, I got a beard, dude. I got a beard.
Yeah.
But, I don't, but the thing is, they're always like, you got to use somebody's right pronouns. It's like, yeah, but when you're talking to somebody, you don't use pronouns. Mm-hmm. I don't talk to you. I'm like, hey, he. What are we gonna record tomorrow? You know, I'll talk to you. I refer to you as your name or whatever. It's when I'm talking about you. And if you can't talk about somebody in a way that hurts their feelings, that ruins all the fun. Mm-hmm. You see some guy walking down the road, and you're like, hey, that guy looks like a fucking homo. You know,
you're like, hey, black.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're like, yeah.
He's like, what do you need? But dude, can you imagine just calling a black dude black? Mm-hmm. Dude, okay, so you remember how I used to always tell you that my son, like, doesn't know that they're, like, how race and stuff is? Mm-hmm. Like, he just doesn't seem to, whatever, because we don't, like, we're not, I purposely kind of make it think that all people are kind of the same or whatever. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the other day, I don't remember why, but I was telling him, like, talking about how you don't want to say a certain thing, because he hears me, and I'm not filtered around him. And I don't want him to, like, go to school and be like, you know, wow, this faggot block keeps falling over or something like that. So but I told him, I said, there's some things you shouldn't say that because it's mean or it hurts people's feelings. And I said, you know, like, all people are, like, you should treat all people with respect and all that. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, there's some things you don't call people. He's like, yeah, like the B word for people. I was like,
B word?
I was like, B word? I was like, what's the B word? He's like,
Beaner?
No, that'd be great, dude. That'd be great. No, he's like, you know, black. He's like, you shouldn't call people black.
That's what but that's fine.
I know, but he didn't know, so I was like...
It's still weird, though. We've talked about it on here.
But see, he doesn't notice, like, we have, our brother-in-law is, like, black as coal, right? So my son is just like, that's just Morris. Like, he doesn't think like that black guy.
Yeah.
Because he's little, and we're not like that, so... I've been on here with her. But, so he's like, black. And I was like, yeah. I was like, you know, your cousin... Mm-hmm. That she has like a lot darker skin than you. He's like, yeah. I was like, you shouldn't treat people that have darker skin bad because they have, and he's like, yeah. He's like, why would I? And then I was talking about your kids because your kids are darker skinned than him. Yeah. And I was like, you know, like Uncle Wiz's kids. You know, he's like, he's confused because to him he's like, but why would somebody treat them bad because their hair's dark or their
yeah.
But I just told him, I was like, you treat everybody by how they treat you, not. But it's funny because he's like the B word. He's like black. And
you have to.
But he didn't even put it together that black meant like Morris.
You have to like tell him this stuff too, though.
You have to just. You have to just let them see.
You have to spill the beaners.
But he's crying over spilled beaners.
Oh well.
But he didn't. But he said that. But he didn't understand that when people say black people, he didn't know what they meant by that. Because he said something about Morris. When I said your cousin has darker skin than you, mm-hmm. He's like, what about Morris? He has way darker skin than them. He didn't connect that Morris was a black guy. He didn't know what he meant by black people. He just knew that.
That's crazy.
He had no idea that Morris...
They don't like notice that stuff until they see it out in the world. Like
when he goes to school, he's going to have some racist friend that's going to be like saying all kinds of fucked up shit. And I told him before, I was like, dude, if I catch you being like treating people because of how they look or they have different this or that, I was like, you're not going to be like that. Mm-hmm. I don't care about your little fucking dirtbag friends, how their parents are. I was like, and he's a sweet kid, you know? Mm-hmm. But for him, he's trying to compute in his head, like your daughter, Macy. And I'm like, you know, because she's like darker skinned than you. And he's thinking in his head, and he's like, yeah, I guess she is. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's way darker than him. But to him, it was just like, he didn't fully understand. But somewhere he had heard something about black people, but still didn't know that our brother-in-law, who is like the color of the midnight sky, you know, he didn't think that was a black person. I don't think he knew what it meant by black people. He just knew that some people talk bad about black people and you shouldn't do that. It's weird. Like, how do you not, you know?
How do you not know?
Wait till he learns all the fun racial slurs, you know?
Yeah.
He thinks he's like the B word for black people. Wait till he learns about like coon and spook and all the good ones.
Yeah.
Although no kids are saying that.
Yeah.
I don't think people our age even say that.
I think like kids straight up now like aren't growing up like that.
Well, it depends on where you are. Around here, there's a lot that are.
Yeah.
So he's he's for sure gonna have friends that are like racist.
It's just even like here though, it's getting less and less and less.
Dude, I
know when I was in school, it was bad.
Yeah.
There was straight up just like black, white people, like Mexicans, like fighting.
Yeah. We had when I was in high school, when I was a freshman, it was like a riot going on at times.
I guess in like
black people against white people.
Bigger schools, it probably is. You know, it's kind of like prison.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and like I didn't go to a huge school for high school, but it was like pretty diverse. Mm-hmm. As far as like we had a lot of black people, a lot of white people, a lot of Mexican people. There was one Chinese kid. He's like, "Who do I fight for?" You know. But I remember that dude, like black. And I played football, so I was friends with a lot of black people, a lot of white, everything. And I just remember seeing like a black dude just run up and hit a white guy, like from the side, like he wasn't looking, and then vice versa. And I was just like, fuck, because like something happened, somebody said something fucked up, and then it was a big argument. And then once there's an argument between a black guy and a white guy, if you're a black guy, you're obviously gonna take the black guy's side, and the white guy's gonna take the white guy's side.
You think white people are so crazy just so they can like scare black people?
I don't know if it's working.
You know what I mean? They're just like, you know, bring a gun into a church and just kill a bunch of people.
Yeah.
You know
that was to kill black people.
Yeah. But I mean, so they're just like, you know.
Look, it's fun to make racist jokes. We've done it a million times. But when you get to the point where you're shooting up a black church, you got to be like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
it's like, what am I killing these people because of how they look? That's crazy.
While bullets are flying, right?
He had to at some point been like, wow, I fucked up. Because if you kill any big group of people, you fucked up.
Then he caught himself or shot himself, and then
he went to jail. Imagine going to prison and like you're famous for killing a bunch of black people.
God.
Yeah. Say what you want about black people, but they got each other's backs too.
There's like like black guards or whatever, at the prison.
Yeah.
And they're just like, come on.
Even if there's not, I think it seems like you just hear about so many like murders and shit in jail. Like I remember
I'm here for 3 life sentences. Okay, 4.
Who gives a fuck? Yeah, exactly. God, that's gotta be fucking spooky. You fucking
really?
Yeah, that's spooky. Spooky. It is spooky in jail. It is. It's like, what is it? Black people are 13% of the population, but like 58% of the fucking incarcerated. It's like, it's gotta suck.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As much as like dunking is probably awesome and stuff, and I'm sure Sprite tastes good, it's gotta suck to be a black dude.
I'm sure Sprite tastes good. You can drink it. It's not like you go to get one. Like, sir. You have to do one of those...
the paper bag test?
You have to do like an ancestry thing to be able to get it.
Look, 1% North Africa. No, that's North Africa. That's Middle Eastern. I want to do my ancestry thing, and if it comes back any speck of African, this podcast is going to get way better.
Oh, yeah.
Because then, also, whenever I finally go to the fucking shrink and get that, whatever it's called, diagnosed, then the retard jokes can fly, because I'm one.
We'll call this the spooky podcast. If we both turn out, we're like...
It's a spooky podcast with the white and...
100th black. It just says black. It doesn't say like where, right? I think that's like what some people would think, Like they're thinking it's going to show like white.
People that don't want to see black on there think it's going to say black.
Yeah.
People that are like...
Yeah.
You ever see that thing? It was like on...
It says I'm 20% black, right? You're like, what?
I mean, I do have a couple of freckles, but there was that thing. It was one of those...
I think it's that big mole on my back, right? That's probably about 15%
the only thing
of
black
it.
on me is that swastika tattoo.
Wow.
But, anyway. Me and you could be covered in swastika tattoos, and the listeners wouldn't know. Mm-hmm. But,
they're like, we know you are.
We assumed. It was one of those shows, and it was like this racist guy went on there, and they did like his DNA thing. Mm-hmm. And of course, he comes back like 12%. It couldn't have been 12, but whatever percent from Africa. And it broke his world.
Wow.
He's just like, it can't be. Because this whole thing was like that white people are like genetically superior.
He's like, they probably made a mistake doing my test.
Probably
a black guy did my test, and he fucked up.
Yeah.
He did 12% of my test, and he fucked up. Yeah. He probably accidentally sneezed in it. Right?
They don't cover their mouths. But I want to do mine because I saw my...
it says a 12% cotton picker. It says that on there. It says cotton picker.
But normal white, if you're white and you're not racist... You want there to be some black in there because it'll make you feel like you might be a little cool.
Yeah.
It's like, I did put on some pretty good dance moves at that last wedding.
He's like, 12%. He goes to his wife, is my dick big? He's like, it's a little above average though, right? Right?
Yeah, he's got like a 6.5-inch dick or whatever they say average is.
She's like, I don't know. It's like a 1/12 the size of the mailman's, right? Okay. All right, anyways.
Shit.
All right, so please like, subscribe, find us on Facebook, Twitter, whatever the outlet you're listening through. I think we're on everything now. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's right. I was just thinking of like a plug-in. When you said outlet.
Yeah. Somebody got their ear up to the thing, right? The AC/DC, right?
Stick a fork in it, it'll make it work.
All right,
better.
so anyways, this has been episode 117.
Yes.
I believe, right?
Next week's a very special episode.
Yes. So anyways... As always, if you're listening to this, you are the bad vibe.